How's that?
That's good. Yeah.
Good?
Yeah. It gets the job done.
Okay. The video's not loading for me because it seems I can't do too many things at once. God damn this crappy laptop.
Toaster's OP.
But other than that, it sounds like we're in good shape and we're ready to begin.
Yep, stream looks alright. Just checked it.
Great. So we are ready whenever the captain is ready to begin.
Alrighty. Captain's log. We are on our way to the fringes of the Shackles and Expanse to begin frontier operations. I've been requested to report into the Federation Outpost Panama, Ninja Nebula. Looks like we'll be assisting in the testing of a new bit of travel technology that, assuming it's successful, should save a few days off our journey. Testing new tech's always interesting, so we'll see how it goes. Won't be the first time, probably won't be the last. Well, hopefully it won't be the last. But so far, the only thing I've been told is the name of the project, Canal, and log.
Okay, so you guys are currently en route to, what was the name of the nebula?
The Stravine Nebula.
The Stravine Nebula. You're currently en route to the Stravine Nebula, and before you get there, I'm giving you guys the opportunity to roleplay scenes, do pretty much whatever, before you get there.
Okay. Any ideas?
It's up to you guys.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be hosting in the briefing room, I'm gonna be hosting a poker game, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, unless it's not with the captain, but
The captain will encourage it.
Very good.
there you go.
Yeah, Silo will go to that for sure.
Anybody else wishes to come to poker?
Vex will join. I'm not very good at poker because my tells are a little bit more obvious, but I'd be willing to join.
Excellent.
Okay. In that case, let me see. I'm just trying to decide how I'm gonna do this. I'm trying to remember what the proper setting is for hidden GM dice rolls.
Slash GM roll is like the actual macro for, or the macro. I don't know what the like way to do it on the character sheet is.
You can shortcut it like /GR as well.
I don't know how to do it on the character sheet though.
I know how to do it on a 5e character sheet.
Yeah, same.
Actually, never mind. I know how I'll do this. You can see what these rolls are. Wow, okay. Oh. Actually, ignore those. I can just roll the dice that I have with me.
Actually, yeah, physical dice.
That works.
I forgot I have physical dice. What am I doing? So, who's playing?
Can we assume everybody's playing? Like all of the senior
I mean,
staff?
not everyone wanted to, but we said
Mandatory senior staff poker game.
Yes, mandatory senior staff poker game.
So,
Gotta use that chain of command, man.
So
I think it's myself, the commander, Tavex, and Silo.
Yeah, that sounds good. 4 players. Okay, give me a minute. Give me a minute, I gotta message each of you.
Aha. Okay. So, wait, what am I supposed to do with this
Hang on.
information right now?
In a minute, I will tell you.
Alright.
And Silo. Okay, that's everyone. So you all have what you got, and play it out. Let's see if anyone can bluff their way to victory.
Alright. So,
Again,
You
you're-
love when you have a good hand.
Again, you all decided that you all decided to pick the game that I have like 0 experience with. I have never played poker, so
Oh, Jesus.
I'm doing this as best I can.
I can quote-unquote deal for the group. And
yeah, but wait, what's the situation? Like, no, paint us the scene.
Okay, yeah, okay. You guys are all in the. Did the captain say he wants to deal?
yeah, I think since I have familiarity with poker, let's
Okay.
make it.
I mean, I'm also a degenerate gambler, so,
So, you are all in the. Did you say the conference room?
briefing room.
Briefing room? And you're sitting around the little not the ready room, but like the. Yeah, where you have.
Big briefing room table, you know?
This one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're all sitting around the end of the table, and the captain is just sort of leaning back, and he's flinging out cards. Their backs wreathed in blue.
All right, Commander. Start off with you.
Excellent. Thank you, Captain. Gentlemen, I propose a little bet, if everybody's willing for it.
This depends on the bet, I suppose.
I offer a month of chocolate ration to anybody who manages to beat me in poker. What say you?
Very well.
And this is
Sounds
like original stuff from Earth, you know?
I've never had that. Yeah, I'll go in for that, certainly.
Excellent. Captain, fill me in.
All right, I deal out to all the players. All right, blinds. I'm just essentially saying that your bet is, everyone's going all in. Winner gets your chocolate ration.
Winner gets my chocolate ration.
All right, the other two of you want to offer up anything?
Silo, you're...
Sorry?
Can't hear you, Silo.
How about now?
Now we can.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I would like out of character do to call that bet. Offer up some of my own belongings.
Yes, personal belongings. Why not? Something you're not too attached to, obviously.
I have a Vulcan, an old Vulcan phaser, like a Type 1 Vulcan made.
Is that any good in combat, or is that just like an antique?
I think that would be up to the DM, honestly.
Well, if you're saying it's...
If I could just
Okay, who's echoing?
I guess I could go to the replicator technically, but I don't actually have this on my
Silo is
sheet.
replicating, or the echoing.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is probably, it's probably not a rare antique, but you don't see them every day. It's probably not in working condition, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah. So more novelty.
Mm-hmm.
I've never owned a Vulcan phaser. I'll take it.
Well, you'll have to win it first.
Into the pot it goes.
Okay.
What about you, Captain? Anything to trade?
I'm dealing. Should be looking at the Vex there.
Well, I did manage to bring along some denobulant sausage. Would that be acceptable?
Oh, I've never had denobulant sausage. Perfectly acceptable, Lieutenant Commander. Put it in the pot.
Very well.
Here we go. Gentlemen, let the games begin.
Alright, so I will deal out the flopper in turn. The GM, do you just want to have them? She want to roll out again for pretty much whoever gets. I'm assuming you roll d20s for each player.
Yeah.
Say roll another d20 or roll another d20. Whoever gets closest to it.
I'm sorry, what?
Roll another d20. Whoever gets closest to it wins. I think it's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I think I'm going to nix those earlier rolls. Everyone GM me your guess as to what number I'm going to roll on the d20.
Ooh,
I mean, I actually have a deck of cards literally right behind me if you want me to deal it out.
It's fine, I'm just going to wait for everyone to GM me their guess, and then I'm just going to roll.
I'm gonna lose my chocolate. I can feel it.
Okay. Silo? Tevek? Oh, not Tevek. Captain?
Captain's dealing. He's not playing.
I'm dealing, I'm not
That's
playing.
right. Silo, can you DM me
I
your guess?
sent it to you in Roll20.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it should be right there in the chat.
Oh. Okay.
I whispered it.
Wow.
Yeah, Sally, you have a bad echo going on.
Let me see if I can get a new headset, really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. You unveil your cards, and Silo really did not have much. It appears he was bluffing and hoping his luck would hold. Kind of odd for a Vulcan. But, Tevex, you put down your cards and had two of a kind. The 5 of diamonds, 5 of clubs. The commander puts down his cards. 3 of a kind.
Boy.
You want to know what? Here are the numbers that you guys guessed. Tevex, you guessed 11. Not Volok, Tevex guessed 11. Silo guessed 12. Commander guessed 13.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Dang.
So the question was, which side am I going to roll on unless I roll a perfect 12, in which case Silo wins.
You guys fucking boxed me in, man. Come on.
They did.
Well, gentlemen, House always wins. Hand over the prizes.
I'm going to miss that sausage, but you won fair and square, Commander.
That I did. And, Replicator. Well, computer. Spawn us all some cigars, please.
So, I'd say you guys probably spend the next few hours just playing. Maybe spend the next
poker,
spend the next couple hours playing poker. Sometimes you bet things that you already won. Sometimes you bet new stuff. All in all, you guys all kind of walk away with a few little trinkets that you didn't have before.
Yeah, where do I put those trinkets that I just won?
You have your quarters.
Ah, yes, of course.
You have,
I mean, on the character sheet, any inventory space or anything like that?
none of this stuff is going to have mechanical benefits.
Right, okay.
This is
I'll just note them down somewhere.
Yeah, this is just flavor. And, just as a reminder, you and the captain have more or less the same sized quarters.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only 2 crew members that have single quarters.
Feels good. Well then,
Yep.
now that poker's done with, we can get on to business.
Right, so I'm gonna move you all to the next locale. So you all find yourselves staring down this blue nebula with hints of purple sparkling in it. You know from your... actually, it depends. Would you guys like to have any kind of a meeting before you arrive at the outpost, or would you like just to get to the outpost?
Whatever the captain wishes.
I'd probably call the XO and Lieutenant Commander Verloc into my ready room before we get there.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll GM each of you what you managed to learn about this nebula. Hang on. Let me message Verloc. Hang on, the more, Here you go.
Alright.
Interesting.
I didn't get anything.
Yes, I know. This is how we. This is how we're doing things. This is how we do things in the fleet. When and I'm trying to do a better job of it. I didn't do a particularly great job at it in the previous sessions. What we do is whenever I give out information, I DM it to the person who knows the information, and it's up to them to let the rest of the group know, just like in Star Trek.
Ah,
Oh, okay. So, yeah, we're in the meeting, I suppose. Just. Yes, Captain Commander. We've approached the nebula here. It's a Class 3. Rather volatile due to the presence of Morathine gases present inside. But these gases will react with latent energy pulses, which will cause a few more stable molecules.
Well,
I
no.
see.
What I gave you was that's why the nebula is so volatile.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry,
It's-
misread that.
Yeah, it's yeah. The nebula is so volatile because of these gases inside it that react negatively with other molecules.
then Commander Valak, will our ship endure in this nebula?
With GM, will our ship endure in this nebula?
Hang on.
I mean, I'm assuming yes, as we're being told to go into the nebula.
I would assume too, but you never know.
I mean, GM's rolling something that means he's preparing to screw us over. So
I mean, the
No, oh
outpost
no,
is
I'm
only
sorry. I was
located
just
on the edge.
I was just putting down a couple die. I was fiddling with.
okay.
15 minutes in, we're already dead. Good job, guys. Good job.
They sent us to our deaths. Just
Start rolling up new characters, I guess.
Right. What can you do?
Okay. And feel free to sprinkle that with some made up percentages. You know, as a Vulcan.
the ship should have the ability to go through this nebula, sir, but it will be extremely risky. And with our ship being so small, I'd give us a 67% chance we should be all right as long as we compensate with our shielding.
I see.
And well, actually, to let you know, the way that nebulas work in Star Trek Adventures is for each further class of nebula, I increase the difficulty of sensors and con checks by 1. So any checks using like the con, the sensors, any of that goes up by 3.
Just all the stuff we need to go through a nebula.
Yeah.
Okay,
Being able to
Captain.
see through it.
Captain, I suggest Lieutenant Commander Valak gets straight away down to engineering and starts working on those sensors. Personally, I do not want to be blind in that nebula.
I have a feeling Valak's going to have a lot of stuff he's going to be worried about. I'm not sure if Valak, you know quite yet, but Commander, you may have a little bit of idea. But we're going to be getting some new travel tech here that they want to outfit us with for our journey.
I'm afraid, sir, that information has been relayed to you, has it not?
I wasn't sure if it was also relayed on to you. But it's also the reason for letting you know and calling you both in here. I just wanted to give you both a heads up of the situation here.
I see.
So, Lieutenant Commander, you may have your hands full with that, depending on how well this new technology is going to work for us. And I'm not sure what your experience is with being the pet, of testing out projects and stuff like this. But I don't know, I personally haven't had the best luck. So, hopefully, it's balanced out and we'll get some good luck on this one. But just be mindful that things may go wrong, and they may go very wrong. So be
Very
ready,
well,
I guess.
Very well. I'll head down to engineering, work on the sensors, and once we receive this new technology to test, we shall commence as soon as we can.
Lieutenant Leeds, I want you to get the security crew in shape. Not just because we're traveling through an unknown nebula and something can jump at us from at any given moment, but I also want you to make sure that the crew is
You realize
an
I'm not
emergency.
there, right?
You what?
Like, this is still in his ready room, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
it's
So
the
I'm
three
not
of
there.
us.
Oh,
only.
you're not there. It's
No,
just the
it's
three
you,
of us.
me,
Okay.
and Block.
I thought it was the whole crew. Damn.
No,
Very
I
well.
pretty much called you in, just you both, and let you know about the new tech. Like that was the main.
I'll hand
reasoning.
out the orders. I'll hand out the orders afterwards, if that's okay with you, Captain.
Of course, I don't see any issue with that.
So the crew needs to be prepared against possible incursions on our ship while we're inside the nebula, and the crew also needs to be drilled in emergency procedures, given if our new experimental piece should, by some miracle, fail. Do you agree?
I agree. And make sure Lieutenant McConnell is ready for everything too. It may be quite a journey for him. I'm not sure what his experiences are with
Yes, sir.
situations like this.
Okay, so I assume this little meeting is done. We can go back to the bridge.
And GM, would I be able to do any sort of like research into the project? Find out more info about it?
Well, we're getting at the point where you're pretty much at the outpost now.
Oh, all right.
So, are you going to walk out onto the bridge?
Yes.
Great. In that case, give him a minute to read that.
So everyone's back on the bridge, you said?
Yes.
Or everyone that would be there.
Yeah, I headed down to engineering.
Silo says, Captain, I'm picking up the outpost on the sensors. It's roughly the same size as the Hadfield. However, there are 3 more structures about 50 kilometers past the outpost. They appear to be a Federation make and probably twice our size.
I'm assuming vessels, or are they more stationary?
They're stationary. They're stationary structures.
Yes.
You said the smaller ones, the outpost you're looking for, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, let's head over to the outpost first and see what we need to do.
You gonna put it on the view screen?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, you can see the outpost. Yeah, it's a sort of very small little outpost. Probably has a crew complement about 45 to 50. And you can actually see from here the structures that that the lieutenant was talking about. There you go. You can see those?
Yes. Like rings.
Yep. Boy.
This will be fun.
Alright. So, are you going to do anything, or are you going to wait for the station to hail you?
I think we'll hail the station.
Alright. After about 5-6 seconds, a man appears on the bridge. He has sort of slicked back, brownish hair, sort of a neatly kept mustache, and a tiny little goatee. What?
Go ahead if you're going to continue describing.
And he's wearing a red Starfleet uniform with the 3 pips of a commander.
Oh, sorry, I was at the wrong button. Trying to push stock on for a second. Hello there, Commander. Captain Delson Finch of the USS Hadfield. Been requested to report in.
Of course. The Hadfield, right on time. I'm Commander Chester Rathway. Welcome to Outpost Panama. I know we're a little out of the way, but we've been hard at work here on our latest project.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Commander. And, looking forward to figuring out this new little project you got going on.
Well, I can either meet you on your ship with some of my engineering personnel, or you can come over here. It's all your pick, really.
I think we'll head over. We can walk around and stretch our legs on some of the ship for a little bit.
I suppose so, although I must warn you, we're really not much of a place for stretching your legs, if you can imagine. We're really not much bigger than you are.
Yeah, I can see that.
We're very much a small administrative outpost at best.
It doesn't matter, Commander. A breath of fresh air is a breath of fresh air. We'll come aboard if it's all right with you.
Of course, of course. I shall meet you in our transporter room. The coordinates will be given thusly. And he disconnects.
All right, Commander Jacoby.
Yes, sir.
You come with me here, and also call out to engineering.
Hello,
Commander
Captain.
Vlog.
Yes,
It's like
Captain.
we're going on a little bit of a journey here. If you want to come with us, we're gonna head on over to the station here, or the outpost here, and have a little bit of chat. I'd like to have your engineering experience with us.
Captain, I know we're at an outpost. Captain, but I would suggest bringing a security detail along with us, just in case.
Lead you up for joining us?
I really don't see the point. This is a Starfleet thing, so
Just in case.
I'll
But
send
in
that.
your opinion, do you feel that security is needed, Leads?
I haven't assessed the situation, but if it's a Starfleet,
It is a
structure,
Starfleet
then
station.
no, I don't see the point.
All right, then we'll go on without it. We got Vlog here if things go poorly anyway.
Very well, Captain.
Who are you going to lead in command?
That would be Lieutenant Commander Vex.
Very well.
Okay.
Commander, Lieutenant Commander, let's set off.
Very well.
So you are going to beam over to the station?
Is there?
And you find yourself standing on a transporter pad of a... the station does not appear to be in nearly as good a state as the Hadfield. The Nova classes are built small and compact, but they're built pretty. This station is not.
Okay, what's it like? What's it look like inside? Paint me a picture.
It's sort of you can see sort of the scuff marks on the wall where it's not that these walls have been abused, but you can see they haven't been maintained particularly well. You can see the bits where someone probably scraped something against it while moving a box around, and just no one ever bothered to buff it out. Just the overall impression that you get from this place is just not particularly well maintained aesthetically, but you can't tell how well the place functions just off this first look, of course. Behind the transporter controls is a Denobulan woman just working the controls, and the commander is standing next to it, waiting for you.
Commander?
Ah, Captain. Welcome. What would you like to see first?
Well, I'd like a little more information on this new tech. I wasn't really told much about it. I'm not the most knowledgeable about this sort of thing, so I brought along my head engineering here, Lieutenant Commander Belloc.
Of course.
And then also this is my first officer, Commander Jacoby.
Commander, sir.
Pleasure, Commander. And he reaches out his hand and shakes yours.
Likewise, Commander, likewise.
Well, if I'm going to give you the rundown, I may as well bring you to Ops.
Wait, GM, before we go to Ops, does this man seem to look different than we saw when we saw him on the screen? On
Nope.
the view screen of the Hadfield? No? Exactly the same?
It looks the same. So he leads you up to Ops. If you guys are gonna go up.
Lead the way, Commander.
Just following along.
Yep. So the doors open up onto Ops after taking a short turbolift ride, and if you've ever seen sort of just the Ops center, like in the way it's laid out on DS9, this is a much smaller version of that. Much smaller. It's like if they took the command room that you have on the Hadfield and made it more radial.
Okay. How many consoles does it have?
It's got more or less the same that you have, but it also has a couple additional ones that you don't quite know the purpose of just yet.
Very good.
And so the commander walks into his center chair, which is, it's actually not in the middle, but it's like raised up a little bit. And he sits down and he looks down at three people who, in the center of the room, there are three consoles that are that make up the centerpiece of the room. And he says, welcome to our little nexus. So I suppose you're wondering how this little transportation technology is set to work.
Just a bit.
Well, it's really, really quite fascinating. If you would, and he points to one of the officers, and hang on, where is it? No, it's not going to be him. One of the officers steps up, and he says, yes, you see, what we're doing here is we're actually using a very unique property of the... hang on. We're utilizing a very unique property of the nebula. I'm assuming that you've read up on the reasons why this nebula is so violent, correct?
That would be correct, Commander, yes.
Well, you see, we've found a way to use that disadvantage to our advantage. You see, those rings out there, and he points out the center view screen, those rings put out what we call a Daphion pulse, which, when combined with a pulse straight from the middle, dispels the nebula in a straight line, straight through.
No kidding. Lieutenant Commander Valak, what do you think of this?
Let me message him something so that he'll have something proper to say about it.
Some technobabble as is.
Yeah. I love me some technobabble.
What were those particles called again?
Dakion, or what? No, it's something not tachyon, but close.
Where is it? God damn it! I know
Tachyon
it's.
particle.
I know. Oh no! Here we go. Morathine.
Oh, the gas.
There you go.
Well, Commander, if the ship were to generate a sufficient Davion pulse to form the center pulse as suggested, it theoretically could invert the polarity of the morphine gas.
And I'll lean in and whisper to Valak, and what happens if theory fails?
GM, well, how catastrophic would it be if theory fails?
If theory fails, nothing would happen. The nebula would remain just as is.
I see. Well, I'll look over to the captain. I guess. What do you think, Captain?
I mean, I don't understand half of it, but if Locke here think it all makes sense, show me.
Commander, is it possible to get a demonstration of this device?
Yes, of course. In fact, you will not be the first test subjects. We've already run a couple of preliminary tests. Follow me.
Well, Captain, Lieutenant Commander.
And he leads you again through no, not that. He leads you through some doors down the down the lift, and he brings you into a room that looks like a launch bay for shuttlecraft. However, it would appear that this one has been heavily modified. It really appears to only be designed to house one shuttlecraft.
As compared to the Hadfield, which can hold how many shuttlecraft?
It can hold quite a few. It can hold maybe 3 or 4, but the real thing that sticks out to you about this shuttle bay is that it's designed to hold one craft, but it is designed to hold a somewhat large one. In the center of the shuttle bay, you can see a Danube-class runabout, and it appears to have been retrofitted with some sort of you know how you have the two nacelles on the side of a Danube-class runabout?
Sure.
It would appear that there's some kind of a ring that bridges over the top of the runabout and over to the other nacelle.
Okay, can see that.
Do you want to try and recognize what that might be?
I'll leave that up to Lieutenant Commander Valak. I'm not really all into that technobabble.
Okay. So...
Yeah.
Give me a Insight Engineering difficulty 1.
And would my small craft focus apply?
Yeah, I'll allow that. Because this is a Danube-class runabout. You were supposed to roll 2 dice.
Oh, missed one there, sir.
Yeah. So you're already getting 1 momentum. I'm only going to count that first
Darn it.
one.
Yeah, I was gonna say just count the first one.
So you get 2 momentum. That's still pretty good. Where is it? Captain Dawson Finch, deal 2. Oh, and there are 7 of you, right?
Mhm.
Okay, that means I start off with 14. Totally forgot about that. So let me message this. There you go.
Interesting. Seems that if the ship were to generate it would appear that to have a modified Vulcan deflector designed to generate a sufficient Daphyon pulse.
Vulcan technology. You're sure of this?
Yes, it's reminiscent of our own designs. Normally, a small shuttle couldn't do something like this, though. Appears to have been retrofitted for this express purpose.
I see.
So, we don't have a lot of resources for our research, so we retrofitted an old Vulcan deflector to generate a pulse. Unfortunately, the deflector isn't useful for much else, but it generates the pulse we need.
Very well. I'm looking forward to seeing this demonstration. A tool like this could certainly help Starfleet in navigating through nebulas.
Well, it's admittedly a very circumstantial technology. It really only works on nebulas that have the morphine gas in them. But there are a few cases where, yes, this technology certainly could cut down some travel times.
Exactly, Commander. Don't let yourself down. This technology, I'm sure, will be of use to many Starfleet members around the world.
Quadrant, but whatever. Anyway,
What?
well, if you're satisfied, I think we should get on with our tests.
Captain?
Let's go forward with it.
So, you gonna head back to the Hadfield?
Well, how is this supposed to work? Is he supposed to bring us into the shuttle with him, or is he supposed to go into the shuttle and we're supposed to watch from the Hatfield?
So here's what we had in mind for you. As you can see, we've done a few tests with, and he taps the side of the shuttle. We've done a few tests with the Chagre here, but the canal project hasn't properly tested with a larger vessel. What we're going to do is we're going to perform another test with the Chagre, and then a few minutes later, we're going to have you approach the central lock, generate a Daphyon pulse of your own, and travel through the nebula.
I see. Captain?
All right. Well, let's do it.
See, he just said a bunch of engineering mumbo jumbo I didn't catch, really.
Yeah, the captain's like, yeah, sure, okay, yeah.
So it took
Yes,
took a little work, but there is actually another set of these locks on the other side of the nebula, and they use a compressed subspace emitter to send telemetry between the two sets, meaning we'll be able to keep in touch with you once you reach the other side of the nebula.
All right.
Unfortunately, we won't have contact with you while you're inside, but once you get to the other side, should be smooth sailing.
Okay, Commander, for the sake of the ship, I have to ask, are there any risks as to what we're undertaking right now?
You're asking
The Commander.
the Lieutenant Commander?
No, the Commander, the guy who's explaining it.
Yes.
The guy who is telling us to do something that's probably gonna kill us. That guy.
Ah, right. Well, really, the only perceivable issue is if all in all, it's an extremely safe process, all things considered. The purpose of the initial Daphyon pulse is merely to start the chain reaction, keeping the nebula gases at bay. The ring is actually what keeps it open once the process is started, meaning that all you have to do is initiate the first Daphyon pulse, and things should be clear.
I see. Well, Captain, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Let's do it. All right.
And as we're wait, yeah, Captain, can you beam us back?
Okay, so you go to so you're gonna go to the transporter room. You're just gonna get beamed out from there. Doesn't really matter either way.
Beamed out from the.
Yeah.
Get right on it.
Yes, please.
So you find yourselves back on the Hadfield, and I presume you are all gonna head to the bridge.
Yes.
Okay.
If need be, yeah.
Alrighty. So you are in position, and after maybe 20-30 seconds, you see the shuttle bay doors on the on Outpost Panama open, and the Chagre slowly floats out into space. And it slowly turns and gets into position at the lock on the left, the first ring. And you receive a message on your console silo, and I'll just say it out for you. Saying that they are ready to proceed with the test when you are.
I'm all ready to go.
All right. So you see the leftmost lock begins to light up along its ring, and then from the 6 points of the hexagon, straight beams of light, light purplish light, shoot out into the nebula, and that seems to be it for a few seconds until the ring around the shuttlecraft's nacelle begins to light up, and it shoots out a very similar beam of light. And all at once, the nebula gas around that central beam swirls and then flashes out and comes to meet the rest of the points of light. And sure enough, there is a straight line of empty space going right through the nebula.
Oh, what do you know? It worked.
And after a couple more seconds, the shuttlecraft jumps to warp. And from the last sensor readings you can get, it's traveling at about warp 3. Meaning that it'll probably get through the nebula at its present course in about 20 minutes.
Okay, I'll relay that info to the captain. Or sorry, the captain and
Actually,
commander.
should get there in about an hour.
Okay, and they returned from the station, correct? I was AFK for a minute.
What do
Yeah,
you mean
they
they were?
returned.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
they returned
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
station.
we're
Okay,
back on
okay.
the ship.
Cool, just making sure. Yeah, so I'll relay. Yeah, that they're at warp 3, and they'll be through the nebula in an hour.
And just checking in with GM real quick. Like, it's essentially creating like a tunnel around them that's like not affected by the nebula at all.
Yeah, yes, exactly. They have created a tunnel through the nebula. And by, before it jumped to warp, it turned off that central pulse that it was creating, and it appears to be holding. Like, in the tunnel is holding, even though that central pulse is no longer there.
I hope it stays that way.
So, you get a call about 3 minutes later from the station, and the commander shows up on the screen again. Well, according to everything we've got so far, you should be good to begin. We'll keep tabs on your telemetry both before and after you arrive on the other end. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, Commander. We'll see you soon. All right. Is everybody ready to go?
Well, all stations report in.
Engineering is set.
Operation
And
ready to
missile
go.
Helm standing by.
Hang on a sec.
Captain, I think we're good to go.
Lieutenant McConnell, let's get ready.
Okay, and I'm gonna just jump you back over to this sheet. Hang on, here we go. Okay. So, I'm gonna say getting into position isn't too hard, but, so the first thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to generate that Daphion pulse once the thing lights up. So you get a call from the commander. It says, "Are you in position? Are you in position, and are you ready? We will activate our Daphion pulses on the second lock on your signal."
Lieutenant McConnell, are we ready?
We're ready, sir.
Captain, your call.
Commander, we are good to go.
Well, thank you. And begin. And the ring lights up in a similar way, and it's kind of odd to see it more at this straight-on angle, but you see the lights shoot off into the nebula, and it's odd to see as the lights sort of, as they approach each other, as they all just disappear off into the mist. So, it's on your order, Captain.
All right. Whoever needs to fire the pulse, do so. I don't know if that'd be security or what in this case.
That'd probably be ops or engineering.
All right.
I leave it to your discretion who you want to do that.
Vlach, if you want to fire the pulse here.
Very well, sir.
Okay, this is going to be a... Let me see the roll. It is... Let me pull up the Hadfield and all you guys. This is going to be a Control Engineering difficulty 2, and the Hadfield gets to help with its... structure science.
Very well.
Wait, why did... Oh, there you go. Yep, there you go. That's difficulty 2. You didn't gain any momentum, but yeah, you do it. The deflector dish fires off a... it doesn't look exactly the same as the one from the shuttlecraft Chagray, but, it's clear they're using a different kind of technology to generate their pulse. Yours is a bit more uniform in its circular nature, but yeah, again, the pulse does its job, and whoosh, the nebula gases clear away and appear to be sort of swirling between the 6 points of light that form this corridor.
We are ready, Captain.
All right, Lieutenant McConnell, let's take us in.
Okay, now you're going to try and make a straight shot down this corridor. Now, normally this kind of thing would be a routine task, but because you're kind of trying to keep straight as an arrow and not bump into the sides of this thing, it's going to actually be a check. Which will be a control con, difficulty 1, assisted by the ship's engines con.
All right.
Great, and you get another momentum.
Hey.
There you go. And let's see. Yeah, so you jump to warp and you see something that really you have never seen before. Because as you jump to warp, you're so used to warp just having the lights that the small points of lights of stars that go whooshing past you, but as you're traveling this way, there's more mixed in. It's, these beautiful blues and purples that are streaming all around you, this river of color, and the constant are these six lines of purplish light that stream around the edge of the view screen and just go off into the middle and just continue on as far as you can see. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. You're some of the first people to ever experience warp travel in a nebula.
Well, gentlemen, I think this is one for the records.
This is something. I don't know if I have words.
Wait, I have an idea. Computer, can you record the screen? View screen.
You don't even have to ask. This kind of stuff is typically...
Recorded?
Yeah, this stuff is typically in the records.
Excellent. Very well then. Let's proceed on.
So, what warp are you guys traveling at?
That's up to the captain.
The show's at warp 3, right?
Yeah.
We'll go at warp 3. I don't want to go any faster than we need to.
Okay. So you get out at so eventually it's about an hour later you exit out the other side at a lock, exactly like the one that you entered through. The Chagray is not there.
Silo, can you scan and try and find the shuttle?
Aye, sir.
This is a reason science difficulty 1, assisted by the ship's sensor science, so it's actually difficulty 0. Boy, you're just generating all the momentum today, aren't you? Sensors, science. Oh, wow. That's 4 momentum,
Jesus, mother of God.
which means that you guys are maxed out at momentum, and it's only the first scene. What the hell? Why did I give you guys so many rolls? So you actually have a bonus. You actually have 2 bonus momentum to spend on questions because as the ops officer, he has the actually. What talents does he have? Because he might have taken the god talent.
I have technical expertise, cautious science, and testing a theory.
No, it's not one of those then.
He doesn't have studious.
Yeah, because there's like this unbelievably OP combo if you're an ops officer with studious that gives you 2 questions for free.
No,
It's
I didn't
bonkers.
really
So
know much about character building when I made mine.
So you guys have generated a bonus momentum that you have to spend because you maxed out your pool. I'm gonna type out the message to Silo.
The Chagres is not coming up on our sensors, sir.
Are you able to locate where we are in relation to the station?
Are you gonna try and do like astrometrics to? Well, I'm gonna say for the sake of astrometrics, you have a map of where these locks are. You're clear on the other side of the nebula.
So we actually seem to be in the right place.
You-
It's just a matter of the shuttle isn't.
Correct.
Captain, if I may.
Go ahead.
Red alert! Shields up!
So, after maybe, so are you going to do anything else other than declare red alert?
No. Red alert!
Okay, so after maybe a minute, the lock, actually no, after about 10 seconds, the lock behind you closes because it appeared to have some sort of internal sensor that detected when your ship crossed the threshold. And maybe another 20 seconds later, hang on.
Captain, we are receiving a channeled communication through the central lock from the outpost Panama. Shall I open hailing frequencies?
On screen.
And on screen is Commander Chester Rathway. He says, "Oh, thank God you're there. We have no idea what happened. We didn't hear from the shuttlecraft Chagres at its predetermined arrival time."
We got that much, Commander. The shuttle is missing. Our sensors weren't able to locate it.
That's certainly troublesome. We don't have the resources here to effect any kind of search. We're a stationary outpost. You understand, right?
We understand, Commander, but what is it you propose we do?
I have no idea.
Captain?
As far as we can tell, the As far as we can tell, the lock on our side is still open.
Captain, out of character. Captain, you there? Give us something.
Sorry, taking care of something real quick.
It's odd. It's odd. The lock on this side hasn't closed. It should have received the automated shutdown signal from the other side. Oh, approximately 3 minutes ago.
Captain, suggested course of action.
Oh, whatever you advise. Sorry, out of character. Right. Taking care of something real quick.
Okay. So,
Whatever I advise.
So we can't get back into the nebula, correct?
you can. You could send them a message and they could reopen the lock for you.
I think it would be wise to go through the nebula one more time and search for the Chagre, I think the name was.
Mm-hmm. Now, keep in mind, this is a large nebula. If you want to go in, you're not going to be traveling at warp power, and it's going to be a substantially more difficult search.
I'm willing to take on any other suggestions if you may have them. Lieutenant Leeds?
Leads?
Lieutenant McConnell, any suggestions?
Not at this time.
I'm sorry. Were you asked? I was AFK. So
Do you know what you know what's going on, right?
nope, no clue. I stepped away a while ago because I had to do stuff.
Okay. Well, they got through to the other side of the nebula, and the shuttlecraft was gone. It had not arrived.
So
Okay.
I'm asking for possible suggestions as to what we could do. So far, the only suggestion I got is we go back into the nebula and we search for, whatever's in there.
I mean, I'm not a scientist. You guys are searching for security. We go search for it, or we go back, report it, and have a search party go out. That would be my suggestion.
Right. Anybody else?
Oh,
No?
I will note one thing to you guys. It would appear that the lock on your end is closed.
Lieutenant Commander Valak, is there any way to reopen the lock from our side?
Would that be possible?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. Yes, you could reopen the lock from your side.
Yes, we could, Commander.
You just have to send a signal to the outpost and tell them, hey, we want to reopen the lock, and this is exactly when.
Yes, but we're supposed to search for the... Well, Lieutenant Commander Valak, would it be possible to open the lock anywhere within the nebula?
But are you asking if, to change the trajectory of the tunnel? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, let's say, for instance, we're not where we are currently. We're in another part of the nebula. Would it be possible to open a tunnel back to the station from that part of the nebula?
I will
Yes, it's also good
I will
news, yeah.
send you the message for this.
Okay.
Actually, no. Give me a... No. I'm gonna make this more difficult for you. I'm gonna have to... You're gonna have to work this out. This is gonna be Reason Science Difficulty 2.
And the same question is also posed to our science officer.
Would you care for me to assist?
No, this isn't gonna be something you'd assist on.
So, don't desist.
Right. And it's gonna... And don't forget, you have momentum to spend. From what you can figure, Valak, probably not.
Okay. Commander, I do not believe it would be possible. The tunnel seems to be set.
I see. Lieutenant Commander Tavix, a second opinion, perhaps?
Sir, would it be possible? Are we assuming that the ship is lost inside the nebula in this case?
Yes, we are going to assume that the ship is inside the nebula in this case, and we will be searching for it. What I want to know is if we can open up a gate back to the station from the nebula at any given point.
Well, you already asked that question.
Exactly, now I'm asking for a second opinion.
I'm gonna say no to that.
Very well.
Because Valak just gave you a pretty flat answer of no. These locks are pretty set in how they work.
Very well. Lieutenant McConnell, tell the computer to memorize these coordinates and input them in the navigation system for whenever we wish to return. And then plot a course into the nebula. Lieutenant Leeds, keep an eye on the sensors for the missing shuttle at any time.
Aye, sir. I begin plotting a course in the nebula.
Okay, you're not gonna do anything else here?
Probably not.
Well, wait. Like, what options would we have to do here? Can we scan here for anything, or we have? How are we done?
I don't know. I'm leaving this up to you guys.
Okay, why don't we
I'm
scan
willing-
for a warp signature of the shuttle here first and see where he went?
Excellent suggestion. Scan for a warp signature.
Okay, I can do that. I do have, as long as I've played this game, I haven't used talents, but I think I have one that applies. Give me just 1 second to confirm that. Testing a theory. When you attempt a task using engineering or science, you may roll one additional d20, so long as you have completed a previous task covering the same scientific or technological discipline earlier in the same game session.
I'm gonna
So
say
I've already-
not right. I'm gonna say not right now. That won't apply now. Because this isn't
Okay.
exactly the same sort of deal.
Is there any sort of trail that we could pick up from, or any particular signature that shuttlecraft is giving off that we could perhaps track?
Hang on.
I think the shuttle should effectively give off what's it called?
So,
A warp signature.
So give me a reason science difficulty 1, and the ship will also assist. So now it's difficulty 0, which means, God, you're about to generate even more momentum that you don't have room for.
All the questions.
Oh my God. Silo?
Is it reason science again?
Yeah, reason science. Difficulty 1. Or difficulty 0 now. Oh my God. Okay, so you have 5 bonus momentum that you have to spend or else it all goes away.
Come on, man, spend some momentum.
The answer is no. You don't detect any warp signatures in the area, other than your own that lead from the nebula.
Can I tell if any other vessel has passed through the lock before we had?
I'll let you spend a momentum to answer one of your 5 to answer that, and the answer is you detect a very faint signature coming from the 3rd lock, but it appears to be a few days old and is probably from a previous test.
Okay.
This is an excellent question. I'd also like to pose for one of these special points. What Lieutenant Commander Tavex wrote in the chat. Does this new travel technology itself leave a signature in the nebula? Could we detect something like that with our sensors?
Yes, I'll say that. I mean, you see vague displacement lines within the nebula, along where those beams went. At least that's how it looks for yours.
Okay. Well, I guess, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna leave this up to Lieutenant Commander Tavex if he wants to spend a momentum on this one.
If Tevex is onto something, go for it.
Sure. Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
love to
you still
spend
have
momentum.
3 momentum to spend.
Go ahead then. I'm leaving you all up to your devices.
Very well.
You do what you do best.
Is there then anything that we can infer from these signatures and pathways detected within the nebula? Are there signals is there one particular signal that may stop somewhere, or?
Okay, here we go. You asked the question. Alright. So, your signatures on your lock appear to be very uniform. The signatures on the lock that the shuttlecraft was supposed to come through appeared to be a little jagged, as if they were interrupted somewhere, and that caused a feedback pulse along the line.
Could we determine where they had cut off?
Potentially.
Right. Lieutenant Commander Tavex, get on that.
And as he goes to start working on that, you actually get a call, another call from Outpost Panama.
On screen.
There you are. Just wanted to give you a quick update on the situation on our end. The lock just closed. Quite odd. The lock should have closed, as I said, a good 8 minutes ago.
Okay. What exactly does that mean for us?
Well, I couldn't begin to tell you.
Please begin.
No, I mean, I have no clue myself. I don't have all the information. I've got my best engineers working on it, but, currently nothing.
Alright, Commander, this is the deal right here. We're going to go searching for the missing shuttlecraft. And we are going to hope that the crew is very well and alive inside that shuttlecraft. What I need you to do is, I need you to reopen that lock, or find a solution on how we can reopen this lock. Could you do that?
Well, I can easily reopen the lock.
Then figure out why it closed, please.
Alright.
I'll get on that, and give us a call as soon as you know anything. We will be in the nebula. We will instruct our chief engineer to boost our comms so we can possibly stay in touch while inside the nebula. You should do the same on your end.
Out of character, don't we need to go into a different lock entirely?
Yeah. It is a different lock entirely.
Yes, but we can open that one ourselves, correct?
Yes. Well,
Exactly,
yeah,
so we don't need
you have to send a message through to them on at the outpost, but yes.
And Commander, if you could open up... which lock are we searching for again? Does it have like a specific number, or...?
Lock 1.
Commander, if you could open up lock 1, it is where we will begin searching for the shuttlecraft.
Understood. It'll take a couple of minutes. It'll take a few minutes for the Daphion pulse to reach you on the other end, but it'll be there.
Thank you very much, Commander. We await your call.
Okay. So, now what are you gonna do?
Is there any additional steps that we would need to do, Commander, before heading back to the nebula? perhaps if we have to stop where the shuttlecraft stop, will we
Oh.
have to do anything with our shields? Or
Yeah, that's right. You guys were going to calculate where the shuttlecraft. You're gonna
Exactly. Now, would this be an assignment for a con officer or a science officer?
Really, either way.
Well, Lieutenant McConnell, could you by any chance calculate where the shuttle was last seen?
I could get right on that.
Now, how are
You do that.
Now, how are you going to try and determine where the cutoff of the signal was?
Intuition?
Because the way this is the you're only able to determine this based on the signs that you're getting at your end of the nebula. Wherever the breakoff happened, it probably happened somewhere deep in the nebula where your scanners can't reach.
So how high and how wide is this nebula?
It's not super wide, but it's long.
So is there a way we could fly beneath or above it to get a more accurate scan?
Probably not, because this thing goes right through the center of the nebula.
Gotcha.
The idea is that this takes out most of the bulk of it.
Well, I'm leaving it to your devices, Lieutenant. Please work alongside Lieutenant Commander Tavix and see what you can find.
Sure thing.
When you have something, I will be in the captain's ready room.
Aye, sir.
Oh yeah, that's right. The captain had to go AFK.
Well, I'll be in his ready room, nevertheless.
Anyhow, so are you two going to work on it then?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, this is going to be a reason science. I am gonna spend a threat to increase the difficulty to 3. To try to reason out where along the line this break happened.
am I assisting Lieutenant Silo?
Who?
Tavix is Tavix assisting.
Yes,
Silas?
I
believe that was-
ordered you to assist him, so yes, you should be assisting him.
Very well.
You said it was reason science?
Yes, he said it was reason science.
All right, thank you.
And Lieutenant Commander Tavix, you should also roll for assisting.
Oh,
He said
I only wanted one assist. I'll let it be Silo and McConnell, which I think works better anyway.
Right, yeah.
Thematically speaking.
That is an old role.
That is an old roll, actually. Yeah, I was just about to say.
Oh, is it? Did I
Yeah.
misread? Never mind.
Yes. The old
My bad.
rolls
I
are
you to Silo.
McConnell's roll and Tavix's roll. There are the fresh ones.
I do have like a triple focus in something like this.
Well, all you need is one focus.
Just to beat the horse to death.
So how many successes do you have right now? And don't
One if you
forget,
count McConnell.
don't forget, you guys have momentum to spend.
Yeah, we're full at the moment.
Actually, I'm sorry. The scene did change, so you lose one. Although no, you probably got it back in that mega 5 roll.
Yeah.
So you're at 6 again. So did you guys finish the roll?
I think Silo still needs to roll, and
Yeah.
McConnell didn't assist, and I believe.
Well,
Had-
I'm
if
only
he-
letting one assist, so
Right. So if McConnell did it, it would be one success, I believe.
no, I think it's just we just want Silo.
Would you like me to roll?
You said you were the one making the main roll, right?
I didn't think that was up to me. I thought it was McConnell and Tavix.
Oh, was that what the commander ordered?
Yeah, I got confused when you said that I should roll thematically. And
No,
yeah, I'm not sure.
I mixed up which rolls in the chat were actually relevant to this check.
So, do I need to roll anything or not?
I would say please roll Silo because I don't want my roll to count.
Yeah, and the other thing is, this might be a good opportunity to spend some momentum, because this is a difficulty 3 check.
Is this is assisted by the sensors?
No, it is not. This is you trying to reason something out based on the information you've got.
So my testing theory wouldn't apply, or would that work now?
Not right now. It would not.
All right. Am I rolling 1 dice base or 2?
It's 2 dice base, and if you want to spend a momentum, you will have your cautious science come into effect.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy one so that I can roll 3 dice with the chance to roll 1.
Oh wow, you're kidding. Yikes. Okay. So you're again at full up momentum, and you've generated, let's see, 1, it's 4, 5, 6. So you have 3 bonus momentum to spend after I give you the following information. Jesus Christ. There you go.
They should be somewhere around 2/3 of the way into the nebula, so closer on our end. The disruption was simply a matter of using Daphionic decay in conjunction with the delayed gate collapse times on both ends of the canal project.
So who are you telling this to? Did you come to my...
I would just probably be addressing like the bridge with my findings, I suppose. Keeping everyone informed.
Mm-hmm.
Lieutenant Silo, I may not be quite as skilled a scientist as yourself. In simple English or simple terms, could you tell me what that means for us?
Yeah, DM.
So yes, here's the
I was just reading.
yeah. So here's the thing. You can I'll give you a bit of a bit more clarification for free, but there is also more information you can get, and you do have not only a free question, but you also have an additional 3 momentum of questions. So you could potentially ask 4 questions once I clarify. It's so simple, crickets. Basically what this means is you were able to figure out more or less where the collapse of the canal occurred, because remember how the tunnel was closed when you already got there? Like the tunnel that the shuttle was supposed to come through was already closed when you got there?
Right.
And it took like 8 minutes for it to close on the other end.
Okay.
That was because the closing of the tunnel was unnatural, and was because a pulse broke it off at a point, and because it was closer to one end than the other, it took longer for it to decay at one end than the other, and from that you were able to calculate the origin point.
Okay, so do we still have the ability to ask some questions with
Yes.
all the momentum?
Yes,
Um,
there are more questions.
Please.
This first one is free because, actually no, I'm sorry. This question isn't free because this wasn't you doing an ops position thing. This was you just reasoning out science.
Are we keeping count of our momentum?
Huh?
Yeah, we're full up, and that's 3 extra at the moment.
Yeah, you're full up on momentum and you have 3 extra.
Gentlemen, please feel free to use them.
So what I would like to know, it seems we found like a general location of the disturbance. I want to know if I can physically locate the ship before we enter. A more precise location.
Okay, you want a more precise location? I'm gonna say that functionally would require 2 momentum to create an advantage for you.
I guess like my end goal is just somewhere to plot a course to, I guess, or
Well,
I guess it is a tunnel, so I don't know. Or is the tunnel still open?
No, it's not, but you have the point along the tunnel where it supposedly collapsed the first time.
I don't know. I guess out of character, that's not really necessary since it's literally linear.
Yeah.
If we go through their path, we'll definitely find them.
Right, but I'll let you know there is more information you can gather.
I'll,
And you feel
out of character, what do you guys think?
Yeah, feel free to ask the other players what they think.
So, like, we should reopen the hole where we found this signature and try and investigate that.
Well, right, but he's thinking of either asking questions or doing other things with this information.
So we have 3 more questions to ask.
Because that's the thing. He has momentum to burn.
Use up all the momentum you can burn, definitely.
And the
More information we have, I guess, won't kill us.
All right, so yeah, I think that's a good one as well, Tavex. I was also thinking about asking if there's any sort of danger in the area. I'm kind of like asking what everyone else thinks as well before I commit.
The reason for the tunnel to collapse, like why it happened.
Yeah.
What you can. Oh, hang on. I gotta message you because I gotta give you this information correctly.
Well, he's typing that, Silo, just to brainstorm with you. So, in terms of the danger, is there, perhaps we could try and see if there's anything that you could pick up or a certain signal? I know that's difficult, but I don't know if that's an option or not.
That might even like just come in the way of like an extra scan.
Sure. Yeah.
Timzik is a scientist, though.
What? Nate?
Apparently, apparently something interfered with
I'm
the
not a,
Daffyon pulses.
I'm not a scientist. I just technobabble.
Jargon. Apparently, something interfered with the Daffyon pulses, draining them of their electron carrier waves. This caused a complete decay of the pulses that propagated along their established paths. So we know how something interfered with it, but we don't know what actually caused that to happen.
Is there, just throwing this out there, is there any way to prevent that from happening to us if we go back through again?
I think that's worth knowing.
Well, if someone is able to do that same drain on the carrier wave, then yes, the thing will decay in much a similar manner.
The DM said it was a someone. Ooh.
Someone or something.
So how do you guys feel about my earlier question that would cost 2 momentum of finding a more precise location?
Well, really the way it would function is I wouldn't give you an answer, quote unquote. I'd just give you more. You'd have a more precise location, which would make the process of hopefully finding them easier.
We have the momentum, so.
So you're gonna spend the remaining 2 momentum to create an advantage?
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Okay.
Is that okay with everyone else?
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Cool.
So yeah, using the information that you gathered from the pulse data, you're actually able to pinpoint a much more accurate breakdown point.
Cool.
So
So
instead
that's
of
all the
just-
bonus momentum.
Yeah, now you're back at 6. So now, I suppose, now what do you guys want to do?
I imagine we're going to be heading in, looking for that. Once we open the tunnel, once we open it, head in to where the signal dissipated.
If that's what the captain wants to do.
Captain.
Captain? You there?
Captain muted?
I don't think so.
Are we closer to Klingon space or Romulan space?
Probably closer to Klingon space. Captain, you there? Huh. Okay, I guess we'll just...
Well,
I'm
yeah.
sorry,
Call.
my mic was muted on my end outside of Discord. I was trying to figure out why I couldn't talk.
Okay.
It's fun.
Okay, so your call, Captain.
What's everyone else's takes on it? Just wanna.
Yep. Seems like we're all finished here.
Yeah, just considering opening up the tunnel again and then heading to where the signal dissipated.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, gonna send the, So you send the message forth to, the folks at the outpost, and then sure enough, about 5 minutes later, you see, the 6 pulses... Actually, it's more than that. It's 8, isn't it? Because of the way they're designed. See the 8 pulses come out of the nebula and strike the receivers on the rings, meaning that you're now ready to fire that Daffyon pulse again.
Engineering, if you want to fire that pulse again for the lock.
Okay, that's control engineering. Control engineering difficulty 2. Actually, no. I'm gonna spend a threat and make it difficulty 3.
And I'm
Drop
gonna
momentum.
I was gonna say I'm gonna spend a momentum,
And the ship
gain an
assists,
extra die.
with its structure engineering. Oh, okay, you already wrote it. And don't forget to check your talents.
Oh yeah, I spent it because I spent the die, and I do have cautious engineering. So
And you have to roll another one.
Yeah, you get another single die to roll.
Yeah.
don't know why it didn't go through. Let me try.
And you can re-roll that. Wait. I suppose it's all the same stat. There you go. You had reason. You had reason signs down the first time, but because it's all 15, I'll allow it.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
So yes, you do make the roll. You fire the purplish pulse again, and you are ready to go.
We can be underway, Captain.
All right. Connell, let's head on.
Setting course, Captain.
Okay, this is going to be control con difficulty 2 because I'm spending a threat,
Spend momentum.
and the ship will assist with its engines con. And I'll roll that. Nope.
How do I spend momentum? I haven't had to do that. Here.
It's what you do is you just increase the where it says
Task roll.
yeah,
You
task
need to
roll.
put it to 3.
Yeah, increase it to 3 because you're rolling 3 dice.
Okay, gotcha.
Did you mean roll that for us, GM?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So there you go. Yes, you did it. And you even generated a momentum. You got your momentum back.
So we're still at 5.
Yes, you are. So yeah, you go off into the nebula. So what are you going to do?
Jim, can I ask you first to set some music for us, please?
Oh, yeah, let me find some music that'll do this.
Out of character commander, I'm probably gonna have you take the lead on it since I don't know out of character much what's going on.
Well-
someone actually give him the rundown so that
I'll give him a quick message about everything that's been going on.
yeah.
Thank you.
Let's see. Give me a moment to just find something. This do. Yeah. I think that'll do. And actually, I've got a little bit more stuff for this. Okay. So yes, you are traveling through the nebula on your way. Oh, I meant to have this on loop. So are you caught up, Captain?
Just a second.
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
Yeah, this works fine.
Is that caught up now after that message?
Great.
Commander, is that the last message? So make sure.
That is the last message.
All right, sweet.
Okay. So yeah, your call, Captain. What
All
are
right,
you gonna
let's
do next?
go to the last known location of the shuttle.
All right, so you. I forgot. I have. I love having sound effects. So you drop out of the warp, and again, it's different from seeing the streaming colors, but now the blurring of the colors, the streaming of the colors past the view screen stop, and you can see, almost as though looking through a if you've ever walked in one of those like underwater tunnels, that is what this feels like. You can see the nebula gases clear and crisp around you, and the light flickering of the Daphion pulses above and below you.
Should I try and scan for the shuttle?
Okay, this is going to be a from right here. It is going to be a reason science difficulty 5. Brought down by.
I would assume that we would let the ship get as close to the location as possible.
And I am going to spend a threat to make that difficulty to make that difficulty 5. Difficulty gets brought down 1 by the ship, so it's difficulty 4.
Well, can we get a little bit closer first?
Yes, if you want to try navigating into the nebula, that is fine.
That's not really my call. I'm just curious.
If need be, you also have momentum to spend to try and hit that 5.
I don't know, Silo's been rolling pretty hot tonight. So.
I'll say it's drop 3 momentum, give you 2 extra dice. The ship rolls 1.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think I'm fine. And worst case scenario, would make do with other things.
Okay, can I test a theory now?
I'll say yes.
Beautiful. Alright, so we're spending 3 momentum to buy 2 extra dice?
Mm-hmm. And the ship rolls 1.
Is there a complication range?
You know, now that you mention it, yes.
God damn it!
I am going to drop 2 threat to increase the complication range by 2.
Okay, so testing a theory gives me an additional d20. Is it possible to use 2 talents on a roll?
Yes it is.
Okay, so I get an additional d20 and I can re-roll a d20 because of the technical expertise.
Yeah, I don't think it counts as buying a die when you get it from a talent.
Right, you just get an extra one.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't count against it or count as buying a die because it's like it just adds to your pool normally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so so I do get to roll 5 then?
You should roll
Yeah.
5, yeah.
Well,
And
you roll.
complication.
Oh yes, you do roll 5, and the ship rolls 1.
And complication 2.
Sensor science from the ship.
I have a focus in sensor systems as well.
I'll allow it.
Sweet.
And the ship rolls 2. Oh, Jesus fucking
My
Christ.
God.
Holy hell!
What
So we
is
rolled an 8?
what is with you guys? Okay, so you generate.
Good shit.
Well, you generate 2 momentum. You generate 2 momentum off of. No.
That's 3. We get it all back.
I am Silo, hear me roar. So,
My roar is just like clicking away on a keyboard though.
for mad clicking.
It's not a roar, it's just a meow.
Okay, here you go.
Okay, so the sensors are picking up a massive duranium matching the mass of the missing shuttle. I'm not detecting any power signatures, but we do have a proper heading, so traveling to this object will be seamless.
Well, as seamless as it can be in this churning nebula.
Correct. In the belly of the beast.
Very good, Lieutenant. Anything else that you think that may be beneficial to us before we head on?
I suggest when we investigate the massive duranium that we also scan once more for the ship.
When you get there?
Correct.
Okay. So are you going to... So this is going to be a 2-part deal. The first thing you gotta do is get out of this corridor without causing any damage to the Hadfield. Which I think what I'm gonna do with this is it's going to be a control con. Hang on, control con. Difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's structure con, and I am increasing the complication range by 1.
Who's rolling this one? Is that McConnell?
McConnell.
Drop a momentum on it. We got it.
Sorry, what am I rolling?
Control con, difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's structure con. And actually, I have to look. What does this thing have? What does these improved reaction systems do again?
That's actually I'm looking up right now.
Oh, well there it is. Oh, that's very useful. Difficulty of con checks goes down by 1 if you have something like, if it's because of a difficulty increase because of obstacles or hazards.
Which I'm assuming this account as?
Yes. So, actually goes down by 1. Difficulty 1.
Don't burn the momentum then.
Alright.
Okay. You get a momentum. Let's see if the ship gets you another. And it does, which means you have a bonus momentum.
And what can the bonus momentum be used on?
To ask a question, really, but I don't see you asking a question in this particular instance.
What's the odds of us getting fucked over?
100%.
I'll say it's evil GM. The answer is always 100%.
So yes, you are safely out of the corridor. It was they are keeping the corridor. They are keeping the corridor open as long as they can. And what warp did you travel at to get here?
3.
Okay, you traveled at warp 3 again.
Yep.
Okay, so it took you about 15 minutes to get here. So now comes the real challenge. Navigating this nebula. So to get to where the shuttle is going to require 2 checks. It is going to require it's going to require them to be actually no. You know what? I'm going to make this an extended task. The first roll is going to be difficulty 4, which was going to be 5, but because you have the improved reaction control systems, it goes down to 5. So the difficulty is 5. The work track is 10. Resistance 2. Magnitude 2. So you might want to put some stuff into that first roll. Y'all there?
Yep.
Okay, I'll let you guys figure out how you're gonna make this roll.
What is the roll? Just want to make sure.
It is a control con difficulty 5 assisted by the ship's engines con.
Can I use a focus?
Or yeah, it's difficulty 5. Yes, you do have a
Well,
focus.
it's extended work track, correct?
Yeah. Yes, and don't forget, you have other things you can do.
I have a focus for home control and evasive action. Also percept.
Home control will do.
Yeah, and also again, full on momentum, so spending is possible.
Yep. And you do have cautious con.
And
And is that
cautious con do?
with the drop the difficulty 1 because of improved reaction?
Huh?
Is that with the difficulty being dropped 1 because of the ship talent?
Actually, so, I think it is difficulty 4, actually. You're right. Difficulty 4.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say spend some momentum, get some extra dice, and then
Yeah, maybe
that way you can also use cautious.
Mm-hmm.
And you said
I'm-
engines con for the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Pull 3 momentum, then McConnell.
So you're gonna roll 4 dice, McConnell.
Yeah.
Oh my god. absolute madman. I don't think cautious allows you to reroll the ship's die, does it? I don't think so.
No, it's just his.
Yeah, so you do make it, but you dropped 3 momentum to do it.
We're here.
Now what you're gonna do is you are going to roll, you are going to roll 6 challenge dice. This extended task was going to be much, much harder, but you guys did some damn impressive rolls. Did you do that? Make sure you hit enter before clicking on the die roller.
Alright, so I put in 6 and I hit enter and it hopefully it'll work.
There you go. That's better. So that's 3 work on the work track. Actually, no. Because it's resistance 2, that's only 1 work, unless you want to spend a momentum to get more work done.
What's the total work amount?
His work amount is going to be 1 unless you spend a momentum to...
I mean, on the
piercing.
total track.
10.
Drop a momentum for piercing.
Okay. So, 3 work. And at this time, I want Silo to make me a reason science difficulty. It was going to be difficulty 3, but the ship sensors make it difficulty 2. Reason science difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's sensor science.
And can I use technical expertise for that again?
Not in this case, no.
Oh, it's difficulty 1, by the way, because of advanced sensors.
No. It was going to be difficulty 3.
Alright,
But, my god, you madman. You generate a momentum. Okay. Give me a moment.
I didn't even use my focus, Kraken. I just caught a glimpse of a large object on sensors about a half a second before Nebula interference cut it off. I believe they are near to us, Captain.
Did you get any more out of it? Did you notice anything about it in particular?
I guess out of character, it could be that duranium.
No. It is in a different direction from that duranium, but it is a large object. And that's about all you've got. It showed up so very briefly, and you're lucky that you caught it through all the interference.
Larger than the shuttle would be.
Yes.
Larger than our ship.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Maybe Galaxy class size ship.
You don't know. Again, the readings were very fuzzy.
Do I have like a general heading of where I picked that up so we could go investigate that area?
Potentially.
Before we do anything, let's bring us to yellow alert here. Don't really know what we're getting ourselves into.
Yellow alert.
Shields go up. So,
How far from like our current location is it?
you're not getting very far so far. You're again. You only made 3 progress on the track. You need to make another 7 just to get a breakthrough. Probably the shortest that you're going to be able to do this task in is going to be in 2 more checks. So, it's going to be another difficulty 4 control con check assisted by the ship's engines con.
McConnell, you're up.
So how much momentum are you spending on this one?
Drop a single one. Add 1 die. It's a difficulty 4.
Yep.
Yeah, and drop a single one.
So I'm rolling 3 then?
Yep, and the ship is rolling engines con. No, not that one.
I thought we were on the extended task.
No.
We are.
Task roll.
Yeah, task roll, not challenge die. Yeah, we are roll for the task first.
Oh, nice.
Fuck! It's back.
Okay, you know what?
Someone needs to roll. I shouldn't roll.
So, I'm gonna let this one succeed at cost. And I am going to bank 4 threat. Come on. Give me threat. Where is the... Why can I not click the thing?
I'll draw a threat. It'll be fine.
Huh?
I'll draw all my threat.
Okay. So I'll let you make this roll. So roll 6 challenge dice. And you're down
Come on, McConnell.
You're down to 2 momentum. By the by. Much better. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you spend a momentum, that'll be a breakthrough.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
So you're down to 1 momentum. And your next roll will be a difficulty 3. Why is this not going away? Oh shoot, no, did not want to do that. Oh, hang on. Forgot to move you guys to this.
Oh, hello.
Hey
I wasn't
there.
supposed to be there.
Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to see that.
Nobody saw nothing. We're
You
good.
saw nothing.
It's a bird! It's a plane! It's...
Release the token.
Yep.
So now it's going to be another control con, difficulty 3, assisted by the ship's engines con. And the question is, do you want to spend your 1 remaining... so you're at 8 work on the work track currently? Meaning you only need 2 more to finish.
Let's drop momentum.
Yeah, I was gonna say drop it.
So I'm rolling task roll or challenge dice?
Task.
Alright, that's what I thought.
With an extra die.
Okay. So you do succeed. Roll 6
get
challenge dice. And just hope you roll at least 4.
Hey,
You did not. You got no work done. Just because of sheer resistance. Oh, thank you. I can finally deal myself threat. I get 4. Nice.
This isn't going to be good.
Well, no, you can just make the check again.
Alright, only 2 roll on this one, though.
Yeah, that's just the thing. You don't have the... You could give me threat.
We'll try it one more time and go from there. Alright, McConnell, task roll on this one.
Oh,
Go.
you didn't do it.
Oh.
Got momentum back, but yeah,
I
it wasn't me this time.
I am gonna.
It wasn't
also,
me.
I am going to also bank this threat. Or no, I'm gonna use this complication to make subsequent engine checks in this nebula go up by 1. Essentially, some of that what's it called? The what's it gas?
Methane?
Some nebula bullshit going on.
So the
Yeah, the morphine gas, or
yeah. Some of that gets into into the port nacelle, into the impulse engines and starts mucking them up. Unless you do a check to clean them out, you're gonna have a bit more trouble with the engines. This is one of the common problems of running in a nebula.
What kind of a check is this? Engineering, or would it be like
This
a
would be an
security check?
engineering check. This is something that the engineer would have to take care of.
yeah.
But roll your 6 dice again.
Let's go, McConnell.
There you go. That brings you up past 10 work, and that is a breakthrough.
Okay.
So, at this point, so you arrive at the massive Duranium. You gonna put it on screen?
Yes, on screen.
Okay, it is the shuttlecraft Chagray. However, it appears to be powered down.
Captain, what do you suggest?
Let's get a scan on the ship there.
Okay. This will be a reason science difficulty 1. Actually, it was going to be difficulty 2, but your stuff brings it down to 1. So, reason science assisted by ship sensor science. Nice. Nice! So that's 3 momentum.
Good ship, boys.
And you'll also get a bonus, you'll also get a bonus momentum once I give you this information. Let's see, where is it?
The shuttle does not have power, but I'm still detecting life signs aboard.
Can you recognize what kind of life signs those are?
That'll be your momentum spend.
I'd say it's worth it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, not momentum spend, that's your question that you get as ops.
Our bonus, yeah.
Yeah. There appear to be 4 life signs aboard. 1 Andorian, 2 2 human, 1 denobulan.
Are they armed?
That would be another question. And
Never
I'm
mind.
not too worried about it.
Never mind. Yeah.
So they are completely at no power whatsoever.
no power whatsoever.
But they're still life signs, like they're still alive then.
Yes.
Captain, may I suggest something?
Then why don't we just like beam them over?
Exactly what I was about to suggest, Captain. We should beam these people over directly into the medbay and set up a security perimeter around them. We should have Lieutenant Leeds interrogate them.
Why would I interrogate them if they're, I mean, this is the ship we were looking for, right?
Exactly, but we don't know what kind of information they could be hiding.
Well,
or
we
they
don't
might
need to
have.
have an
I'm
interrogation.
going to
Why don't we just
modify
ask
your.
them?
Ask them a few questions.
I'm going to modify your idea there, Commander. Lieutenant Leeds, we'll have you on security perimeter on there just in case, as a precaution. Seems a little strange what's going on here. I'd rather be safe than sorry. But we will beam them directly into med. You will, if you want to organize a team to stand guard.
And be sure to ask them a few questions while you're at it. It couldn't hurt to know what happened.
Now, it is at this point, I am going to spend a threat. And this is all I am going to give you.
Red alert! Shields up! Somebody find out what that noise was. Anything on the sensors, anything.
Are you going to do a sensors check?
Somebody do me a sensors check. Who's good with sensors, please?
Silo scan so you can find.
I have a. It's like hit or miss whether I decide to use my sensor focus. I forget sometimes. Can I use it this time?
Absolutely.
All right.
So this is going to be a difficulty. Did you just roll that?
Yes. Oh, I have complication range 2 on though. Is that not proper?
Yeah, that's not proper. So that would have been a 0.
Okay.
So,
Be sure wait to hear what the roll was. So I was going to roll the sensor for the ship no matter what.
he did, and it failed. So
Can I cautious science on that?
you didn't spend any momentum.
Oh, that's right. I'm thinking of the wrong one.
And
My
I'm gonna say that
my
this-
technical expertise, I can re-roll one
Yeah, not
if it's
this one.
by the sensors.
Not this one. Because this particular thing does not apply to something that you have already researched.
Okay.
Isn't technical expertise related to the sensors themselves? His expertise using them. So wouldn't he still be able to re-roll it? Because it's not what he's scanning; it's the use of the sensors himself that it's focused on.
I think technical expertise requires that it be like. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's testing a theory. What does technical expertise do?
When assisted by the ship's sensors, I can re-roll a d20.
Oh
in
yeah, then
engineering.
that you can do. Hope you get
Okay,
it too.
so I'm just gonna re-roll with should I just re-roll 1 dice with complication range 1 then?
Yes. Okay. That wasn't enough, but you did. You got a success. You're not.
Let's make sure we're not rolling until we hear difficulty, so we can not
You're-
use move. We're not-
Yeah, you're not picking up anything. Like, yeah, that's the thing. You guys rolled before I even got a chance to tell you the difficulty. So you're not picking up anything. So are you gonna beam those people over? You're gonna have to lower the shields.
Captain, it's your call.
Input from y'all. What do you think?
Well, we don't exactly know what's out there, Captain. Lowering the shields could possibly expose us to whatever is out there. However, it wouldn't take us too long to get the shields back up, if I'm not mistaken.
Anyone else input?
I agree. We should be able to transport them relatively quickly and then restore the shields.
All right.
However, we still don't know the exact location of this thing. I would continue searching with the sensors until we knew exactly where it was, and only then lower the shields, because currently we do not know if it poses a direct threat to us.
I do have to remind you guys, the shuttle is out of power, and that includes life support.
While we're debating this, they're probably going to die. I suggest we just drop our shields and, leave
I was
the war
trying
first.
to say it, but yeah. GM speaking.
Cap-
All right, leads. Get down in med bay. You ready for it? Drop the shields. Let's beam them over.
Okay, give me a... I'll have engineering do this. Give me a reason engineering difficulty 4 assisted by the ship's sensors engineering.
And I do have a focus transporters and replicators.
Yep, and the difficulty goes down by 1 because
Advanced sensors.
advanced sensors.
So
However,
to
I
go-
am going to spend a threat to increase the complication range by 1.
Drop 3 momentum. Get 2 extra dice. Let's go. Let's get this.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna get that threat back. Deal.
And because we spent, I do have cautious engineering. I'm gonna...
You have 1 more dice, by the way. Block.
Yeah. So roll 2 more. Roll 2 more dice.
1 more. 1 more.
1 more.
Oh yeah, 2 works you the reroll.
I also have the reroll, so...
So roll 2 more. Oh, and that complication was because I spent that threat. Good spend, good spend, Q. Good spend.
Yeah.
There you go. What did I say the difficulty was? I said it was 4, right?
Yeah,
4 minus 1.
but then
So
it
is of
yeah,
sensors.
went down 1 because of the sensors.
So you got a momentum back.
Yep, I updated it.
So, yes, you do get aboard the people on the shuttle bay. They aren't in a particularly good way. They've been in a oxygen deprived atmosphere for, I don't know, the past 25 minutes.
Okay, and what? I guess we'll proceed with course of treatment for them then.
Yes. The 3 out of them will be a 3 out of them will be a controlled medicine check difficulty 2. The third one appears to be the pilot, an Andorian male, will be a difficulty 3 because it would appear that he took a bit of damage. He got he has some severe bruising to his forehead.
Okay. Would my triage focus, because I'm treating multiple casualties at this point?
Yes, I will allow that.
Okay. Or emergency medicine, I have that too. I would assume, based upon the situation given here, that the more pressing matter is to take care of the Andorian, because he's actually suffered an injury on top of oxygen deprivation, so I'll treat him first.
Yeah. Basically, this is to not stabilize them, but this is to bring them back to functioning. This is to bring them back to the point where they can come to and talk to you.
Okay, sure. Alright. Do you want to spend any momentum? I know we don't have much left. At
We
least
do
We
have
have
one.
1, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. And then what were the rolls again for the others?
Oh, and don't forget, you do have the advanced medical facilities and you have the advanced medical facilities advantage and the what's it advantage? The fact that you're the CMO. So you have two advantages that you can apply here.
Okay. And the advantage how would those apply to the roll?
For the advanced medical facility, you could bring down the difficulty.
Okay. Sure. Can we say retroactive from that roll that we did that?
Yeah, sure. And we could say that your medical staff or your CMO ability. Hang on. We can say that allows them to treat the other three patients.
Very well.
It'll take a little bit longer for them because they're not you, but they'll get it done.
Okay.
So you actually managed to bring the Andorian around.
And build some momentum, correct? Because it would have been...
Yes. So you generate 2 momentum?
Yep, with the advantage of the facilities.
So yeah, the Andorian comes too.
Ah, there you are. I believe there's somebody who would like to talk to you. Lieutenant Leeds, I have one of the shuttle personnel who I believe will be able to talk to you.
And yes?
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
The Andorian just sort of sits up in the med bed.
So Leeds will approach him and ask him first, like, what exactly happened out there?
In my head. We were on our way through the canal, and then... Oh, that's right. There were these... something happened that knocked out the Dafion pulse. We went spiraling, and then I remember it came at us. The thing that knocked out the pulse with those... Oh, God.
Was your computer recording the entire time?
Yes, it was. At least until it got a hold of us.
Okay. So Leeds will tap his comm badge and be like, Captain?
The captain is indisposed at the moment, so I'll be answering the combat.
Okay, that's
yes,
fine.
that's fine.
I didn't know if he'd step away. They've come to, and it sounds like their computer was still recording until a thing grabbed them. So I would suggest perhaps if we can try to recover the data from the shuttle.
And the lieutenant commander, not lieutenant, it's a lieutenant junior grade. He says, "What? No. We have to get out of here."
Yes, but we also need this data.
You don't understand. If it gets its... or the tendrils, if it gets it, then it'll... And at that moment on the bridge... As floating out of the nebulous gases come this.
It's a bird.
So I'm gonna be looking at it in disbelief through the bridge, bridge observation port. I'm gonna tap my comm badge again. Lieutenant Lees, did he mention what that is by any chance?
It says something about tentacles. Why?
I'm gonna need you up at the bridge right away.
And I'll start, heading up to the bridge and leave my security crew with.
On the double, quick,
Alex.
please. Okay, crew of the Hadfield, red alert, combat station.
Let's see. gonna be a... It's sort of just roaming around where where the shuttlecraft is.
So once Leeds makes his way to the ship or to the bridge and sees all this, obviously we're in red alert, and if this thing's not attacking, I'm not going to fire on it. Perhaps we should investigate it a little further. It doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Exactly. Point some scanners at it. Tell me if you... Like, what is it? Tell me anything. Anything you can find out.
Okay, this is gonna be reason science or reason medicine. Difficulty 3. Actually, no. I'm gonna spend a threat. Difficulty 4, assisted by the ship's sensor science, and I'm going to spend 2 more threat to increase the complication range. By 2.
Christ almighty, you really don't want us knowing what this thing is, right? Well, this was like a general request, like, thrown at the bridge. Like, whoever has control of the sensors, point the sensors at that thing and tell me what it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna buy... Should I buy 1 momentum?
Yeah.
Your call.
I'll buy a die.
And I would like to use my value... Well, I guess either... Yeah, it'd probably be scientific curiosity. And use determination to possibly get another die.
So the way this works is if you do that, it means that the 1 die you buy is gonna cost 2 momentum.
That's fine. Do it.
Okay. All right. Let's do that, and then I'll be rolling. I'd still just be rolling 2.
No,
You roll 2 extra.
No, you'll be rolling 3.
Yeah,
And
you'll roll 3, and then the determination basically is just an auto.
Yeah,
Focus and
buys.
sensors.
Yes, and the ship assists, don't forget.
What's difficulty? What's
Difficulty.
difficulty?
Difficulty was 4, but now it's... No, I'm sorry. It was difficulty 4, and I spent a threat to keep it that way.
Okay, after the advanced sensors.
Complications 2.
Yeah, no, I spent an addition... So it's 3. The complication range is 3, because I spent 2 threat to make it that way.
Okay, and what's the difficulty?
I just said 4.
Okay, and is that after the advanced sensors?
Yes, because I spent a threat to keep it that way.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
All right. Here goes.
Okay. Nice!
Yeah.
So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 successes. So you get 4 momentum.
Gee Louise.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a message. What's the length of the Hadfield again?
I'll look it up. I have it here.
Yeah, thanks. It's just gonna help me get some,
We're Nova class, correct? So
Yeah.
727 feet.
Oh, long?
Yep. Or 222 meters.
This is some sort of spaceborne life form, about 1 kilometer long, and it seems to feed off of latent energy pulses in the nebula through its skin somehow.
and you have a free question. Plus, could spend further momentum to get more answers.
I think the most important question is, does it appear to be showing any sort of signs of hostility? Silo, do you agree on that?
Actually,
It's your call.
I think it would be. Well, I mean, out of character, doesn't our ship have energy pulses through it? I mean, we're food.
well, what I was going to suggest is, could we possibly ask a question concerning? It obviously went for the shuttle, and it's still clearly circling around the shuttle. So clearly, that energy signal that it's giving off, based on I forget what the name is, the di something or whatever.
The Dakion. Yeah, the Dakion.
Yeah, so it's obviously going for that. That's a clear incentive for it to go to. So it's probably zeroing in on that type of energy signature. If we're not giving off that energy signature, we're probably fine.
GM, would you agree on this?
As far as you can tell, yes, this thing appears to be going for sources of flowing power. The Dakion pulses, as I mentioned, function on an electron carrier wave. Meaning that, yeah, it might be attracted to that if it sees it.
So it's like a homing beacon that says, "Hey, I'm food." Nice.
Now don't forget, if it takes down that Dakion pulse again, you're gonna have to get out of this nebula the long way.
Oh dear. Captain, perhaps I might suggest opening hailing frequencies? Maybe this thing is sentient.
Was that our question, Gio?
Yeah, I answered yes. It's that your question was, like, does it feed off of electrical energy, right?
Yes, like does the shuttle basically is like a dinner bell, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Hey, I'm
yes.
here.
Yeah, it's basically the latent electrical pulses in the nebula provide it with some sustenance, like a filter feeder, but that shuttle was a concentrated mass of power.
Alright, I just want to make sure that was the question. Alright,
Could we, I don't know, arm like a probe or something with that energy signature to lower it away, and then we can just leave?
That is possible, yes, but maybe this thing is able to communicate with us. Maybe. We are here to find new life, after all, as one of our objectives. Maybe this thing is sentient and can understand us.
If it's not, I would say we don't screw the prime directive and we just lower it away and then leave.
Exactly, I have to be in agreement here. It is not worth risking a ship over a prototype which can, well, possibly kill us.
So so what? You want to come up with a probe that will lure the this creature?
It's up to the captain. It's not up to us. It's up to the captain. If the captain thinks that's a good plan, we'll
if
get ahead with it.
if it's a viable plan, let's do it.
Very well then. Lieutenant Commander Volok, do you think you could arm one of the probes to emit the same Dakion signature that the shuttle emits?
I can attempt to.
You do that.
Okay, you gonna try that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say control engineering assisted by the ships. Structure science.
Alright, and
Make sure to reset complication ranges.
Yes. Oh my god, I just came to the realization. Oh, actually, I am going to spend a momentum to a threat to increase the complication range by 1.
okay, and I'm gonna spend a momentum for extra die.
Go for it.
I'm gonna quit rolling, so let's roll from the ship from now on. You get one more die, right?
So yeah, you do manage to launch the probe. But
Block roll one more die.
Oh, that's right.
It's not going through here. One sec.
Just count the first one, so we're back up to
Just
full
count the
momentum.
first one, yeah. Just count the first one.
So
Yeah, just got
here's the complication. You launch the probe, but about 5 seconds after you launch it, the worst possible thing happens. It appears that the Dakion, the pulse that you were going to have it emit, is a little unstable, and it causes the pulse to go off early, right in your face. The Kraken.
Assuming the beast that turns towards us, right?
Yes, it does.
Captain? We're in a bit of a pickle here. Can I suggest again opening hailing frequencies? Just in case.
Alright, do it. Let's go.
You try opening hailing frequencies,
Yes.
you get no response.
Unknown life form floating in space. We mean you no harm.
You're getting no response. It's
Well,
just.
okay, so this
it
thing's
is-
clearly
it
based
is-
on a. I'm sorry.
It is coming. It is continuing straight towards you.
That's
This
what
thing
you were
is-
saying?
Looks like it's some sort of, I don't know, a space whale or something, right? Is it emitting sounds of anything on any ultra frequency setting that we could sense with our sensors?
Well, that's what you're hearing right now. Do you hear it,
Could
like
we
in?
try for something to communicate via that way?
By Jove, you're right. Lieutenant Commander Tavex, Lieutenant Junior Grade Silo, see if you can match the frequency of the beast's sounds, and we'll try and emit the same sounds through open frequencies. See if we can reach a report with it. You see what I'm trying to get at?
Sure, Commander, I'll give it a try.
You're gonna try and do what? Emit.
Try and match the harmonic frequencies of like our outgoing signal on
To
the
match
hailing
it-
frequencies
to match
to try
its?
and match the beast's voice. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
like try and make a universal translator on the fly.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just thinking about how we're gonna do this. Oh boy. I'm gonna say this is going to be a control science difficulty. Gonna spend a momentum. Difficulty 5. Assisted by the ship's communications science.
I'm authorizing you. I don't know if the captain's aboard with this, but I'm authorizing you to use all the momentum we have for this.
Yeah,
And
drop
so,
off.
what's the base roll?
Difficulty 5. I am going to spend one more threat to increase the complication range again. It is control science, assisted by the ship's communications.
Science. Yep, I got that.
The ship's comm science.
Focus in computer systems?
No. Because you're doing this with the comm system.
Since this is an alien being, what about xenotech? Since I'm trying to make this technology communicate.
Nice.
It's hard tech.
Nice xenotechnology. No, I'm going to say no.
Okay. I just thought I'd try. So we have 4 momentum.
Use 3.
You are authorized to spend it all if you wish.
Is there? I just want to chime in real quick just to make sure. Is there any way that I can assist Lieutenant Silo with this? I have a focus in xenobiology.
I will allow you to assist with your reason medicine.
Okay.
Instead of the ship, correct?
No,
with the
the
ship,
with
too.
the ship, I
Okay.
will allow it. You do get a reroll, I think.
Yeah, you
Oh,
get a
that is
reroll.
Alright, I'll roll one more.
Okay, and the ship?
That's 3. Here, the Lieutenant Commander Vex, if you want to go. We'll finish off with my complication. Yeah, alright. Ready, guys? Ready for the complication? Oh,
Not bad.
Hey.
Hey, yeah.
That was only 4, though.
What?
You needed 5.
Dang nabbit, does anybody have any determination left?
Well,
I do, but the cat doesn't do anything.
well, you could spend determination to re-roll your pool, Silo, but...
I've
3.
spent a determination.
Oh, you already did?
Yeah.
The captain has the ability to give his determination to someone else.
We think you can roll a 4.
Yeah, you'd have to be able
That
to
was
roll
my
4
first-
successes in one go.
Can
That
I
was my
make
first just all right?
Can I
roll
make
on
Tavex
my-
reroll with my determination?
No, I think it's just your own pool.
Well, say, can I use my determination? Because Silo rolled, and I've been forcing his reroll because I'm not rolling. Can I get Tavex to roll?
No, because he's the one who's going to be re-rolling. Because the thing is, you're giving him determination. You're
And
giving...
we failed either way, so why not roll the most dice?
True. I was thinking, like, statistically, it's, yeah. Alright, Silo, you want to reroll your 4 with my determination?
And if I re-roll my whole pool, do I still get my re-roll? Or do I roll 3 and keep my re-roll?
I believe the rules say that you can choose up to as many dice as you want to reroll, doesn't it? Depending on what your talent or what the ability is.
So are you going to re-roll it?
Yes, I'm just asking about the logistics of it.
So you give Silo your determination, and he gets to spend it.
Yes, I gave Silo my determination. He gets to spend it. We're asking if he's forced to reroll all of his,
Yes.
or can he choose, or is it
Nope.
up to amount?
Nope, he has to re-roll his entire pool.
Fuck.
Nope.
He still has his reroll though, correct? That he will get because of his spending momentum.
What?
Right? He has his reroll.
He already used it once. So, no. Yeah, that failed. So, no, as much as you're trying, the creature does not seem to understand your attempts to replicate its screeching. It approaches your ship and slowly swings one of its tentacles out to grab your ship, to grab
Full
the
shields forward!
So,
Full shields forward!
so here's how this works. The Kraken is making an attack. So, it is going to make an opposed check against you. You are going to make a Daring Con with Engines Con check against this thing. And I'm going to spend a threat to give it another die.
Wait, so, who is supposed to be rolling this?
The con officer, because this is Daring Con against Daring Con with Engines Con against this thing.
That's you, McConnell. Go give him.
And what'd you say the difficulty was?
It's an opposed check.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take the threat. And I get another. Good use of threat, my friend. So it's going to roll. Hang on. Okay, yeah, it's this. Okay. Alright, so your ship has 3 resistance, so you take... Okay, yeah, I know how this works. So, you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that what that is? Yeah, 5 minus 3, so 2. Okay, so you take 2 damage to your shields, and then an additional 2 damage to your shields.
What's the HP of our shield?
It's in the character sheet for the
We're at
Hadfield.
6 out of 10 now.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have 4 shields left.
Has it got us grappled, or are we clear of its, tendrils?
It does have a tendril wrapped around the shields, keeping your ship in place.
Captain, what do we do?
Well, we need to find some sort of way to distract it. Anything. Can you get another probe set out?
You gonna do that again?
Lieutenant Commander Valak, can you get another probe ready for firing?
I shall do it again.
Godspeed.
So yeah, it's gonna be what was the check? The first. It's the same check as before. That I had you guys do.
Okay, so
There we've had like 6 checks since then.
I think it was structure science. No.
Communication science?
No. It was before that communications check. Oh, I remember. It was reason engineering with sensors engineering.
Exactly.
and what was
what's
the
difficulty?
difficulty?
The difficulty was 4, but now it's 3 because of sensors.
Drop the momentum.
Well, like I suggested in chat, if we could possibly, I don't know, scare it off with a higher frequency than it's emitting or something
Oh,
like
there
that.
you go. What?
If the
Why did
probe
you
doesn't
roll
work-
it twice?
Remember, Vlok has the issue where he double rolls.
Ah.
Yeah, so take the first roll, I guess.
Yeah, I think you do have cautious though, so I think you can you reroll? Can
Would
you
you count
reroll?
the second roll as a reroll?
No. Can you reroll one of your dice?
Yeah, I did spend, so once.
So we have a 3.
One
'cause
sec,
it's-
Kevin.
Just add the first die.
So yeah, reroll one of those die.
Here, just take the first die on the next stat.
I'll allow that. Fine. So
It's technically his next roll with the same.
So
die.
yes, the probe shoots off into space, and about 5 kilometers away, it lights up in this brilliant purple glow. The tendril loosens from your shields, and the beast slowly starts to turn away towards it.
Lieutenant Commander Tavex, please hail the station. At once.
You're not getting any comms through this interference.
Damn it. Lieutenant Commander Valak, can you find a way to boost our communicators?
Sorry, I'm cutting in and out here trying to figure it out. Okay, what was that? Sorry.
Could you try and find a way to boost our comm signal?
I suppose.
Hang on a sec. I just sent him a thing.
Commander, I can attempt to boost the signal, but it could attract the creature.
Captain, what do you think? The only way for us to get out of here is to call the station and let them know that we need to get out of here.
Well, don't forget, you're not in one of the positions where they can reopen the thing.
Yeah, I think we should try and get away first.
Like,
see
'cause
if we get some distance.
The
and
thing
then-
the thing is still open. The canal is still open. You just traveled a good way from it.
Captain, it's your call.
Yeah, I mean, we should be in the canal first before we worry about it. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless. If we're super far away, we can't get to that point anyway. Hopefully, we can get some distance before trying to attract its attention, and it should give us enough leeway before things go south.
Is there any way we could just use our impulse engines to get far enough away from the nebula and warp out, and then warp back to the base?
Well, you're a good ways into the nebula. Impulse travel is significantly slower than warp.
Okay, so could we just jury rig up a key and just like fake it? I mean, engineering probably should be able to make it like a key of something and just get through it.
Oh yeah, being able to you want to try to warp through the nebula? It'll be difficult, but you could try it.
I mean,
what kind
that
of
would be the best case
complications?
scenario.
Huh?
What kind of complications are we looking at here in case we fail?
As in, if you do this, you'll probably succeed at getting out of here, so I'm probably going to dump a ton of threat into it.
I mean, that would be my suggestion instead of sticking around in this thing's clearly territory and having it attack us continually. That's just going to damage the ship and endanger the crew.
I agree with the commander, Captain. We need to get out of here as soon as possible, and I'm afraid our weapons would be far useless on that thing.
I mean, how long is it going to take for us to get to a spot where we actually can get out? Jim.
Basically, if you want to get back to where the canal was, it's going to be the same extended task, but significantly easier. And this thing, and activating your engines and activating your engines to try to get away will probably attract the thing's attention. So you'll probably have to outrun it.
Okay, so let's go forward with that, because we're just going to try to outrun it. Once we get
Well,
to the...
one second. Do we have shuttles in the shuttle bay?
You do.
Why don't we just rig one of those up? We can always replace it. Starfleet will replace it for us, probably. Rig one of those up, send it in the opposite direction. It chases that, and then when it's farther enough away, we leave.
Yes, but we would need to formulate a signal strong enough so it follows the shuttle instead of us.
Well, the thing is, you've already done that.
Exactly,
yeah, we
but
set some faults, but we could
probe-
ourselves power down a little.
the probe itself, I would imagine, is not as strong as giving away a signal as a full-fledged shuttle modified with tachyon beam would be. Correct?
It's about equivalent in terms of how much it's going to attract this thing's attention. I'm trying to let you guys know that sacrificing a shuttle isn't really going to give you any kind of mechanical benefit.
I'm just looking for other leeways than just having this thing chase us, because it kind of seems pointless to have it chase us.
Well, we could essentially, it's attracted to our power. Could we just kind of low power our ship right now so it goes after our signal?
You could do that. You could go to silent running.
However, silent running would take us a lot longer than we would take on impulse engines, correct?
That is true. The work track would probably go up.
Captain, it's your call at the end of the day.
So what are the two options we're debating between?
We either hoof it really fast, or we do silent running and hoof it really slowly.
The benefits of the silent running is maybe it'll go after the probe we sent. The benefits of quick, obviously it's quicker, but then we will draw the creature.
What's the time frame on the slow? Like how long?
I am going to give myself a threat for just how long you guys are taking to decide on this.
Oh dear.
Cool.
Why don't we just do slow and just get the hell out of here?
Yeah, let's go slow. Worst case scenario, we try and outrun it. I feel like it's pretty simple. Whereas we keep trying to add more options that we need to.
McConnell, pull out a course out of here. Slowly, if you please.
Well, power down systems as needed.
Going silent running, that means you are dropping your shields.
I don't like this.
Okay. So you are going to... Well, I will tell you now, by dropping to silent running, you have essentially gotten yourself out of this thing's sights. You are more or less invisible to this thing right now. More or less.
Lieutenant McConnell, get us out of here.
Aye, sir. Is that going to be a roll?
Yes, it is. This is going to be a Control Con difficulty 3. It was going to be difficulty 4, but your improved impulse engines. So, difficulty 3, Control Con, assisted by the ship's engines con.
Can I use a focus to get another momentum?
Helm operations? Sure. Evasive action also works, but yeah.
Focus doesn't give you another momentum.
No, it
Focus
doesn't.
just makes it easier for you to crit.
Yeah, click on focus, yes.
Okay.
That's not enough.
Is it assisted by any of the ship's systems?
They did, but it wasn't enough because you didn't spend any momentum or anything.
We don't have momentum to spend with like.
Well, you got
Only
threat.
threat.
You do have threat.
Yeah, but fucking full threat.
Okay, so you are starting to move away very slowly, and I am going to roll for this thing. Okay, so this time, the thing still seems to be, the thing arrives at the probe, and hang on.
It appears like the probe's gone silent.
Silent. Captain, I think it's time we turned on our warp engines.
So,
We have to get to the tunnel first, though.
yeah. Or you could attempt it here, which would be a far more dangerous task.
When we're still silent, we're not going to pull any sort of interest from him. Assuming what we were told earlier, and
So
stays true.
So are you gonna make the roll again?
Yeah, so let's make the roll again. Hopefully you can roll
Okay,
a little
control
bit better.
Control Con.
There we go. Come on, McConnell. Let's go.
Get 1 success. There you go. That'll do it. Roll 6 challenge dice. And this time the work track is 15. Resistance 2. Oh, nice. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, because resistance 2, that's only 3 work. So then, I am going to spend a threat, and this is a difficulty 3 check. Oof. Oof. Then I have to spend 2 threat to make that go. I lose 2 threat. And it would appear that the thing has not noticed you.
Sweet.
Let's keep this going. Slowly but surely, we'll make it.
Mm-hmm. Make the roll again. Difficulty 3.
Yikes.
Okay, and McConnell, before you roll, consider giving the GM, like, 1 threat to increase your die by 1.
Yes,
Just a
please.
suggestion.
I think we fail this one, like, no matter what.
Well,
There could be a way.
You could. Any way to use determination, maybe?
oh, potentially. Yeah, what are your values?
Fight or flight, intuition is
Oh,
essential.
fight or
nothing to-
flight I will
I was gonna
allow.
say, and that totally fits.
I will absolutely allow fight or flight. So you'll roll 2 dice and you already have 2 successes.
So this was, you said challenge or task?
Task. Only 2 die.
Only 2 die.
Okay,
It's alright. It's alright. We got it.
I
got it.
will bank the threat.
Oh, thank you.
So
6 challenge die.
6 challenge die. Oh
Hey,
wow.
hey, hey.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7. That is 7, bringing you up to 10. You get 1 breakthrough, and there's still 5 more work to be done on the track. And now I will make a roll for the beastie.
So piercing for the breakthrough,
Hmm?
right? What's the breakthrough reduces the difficulty or resistance by 1 or difficulty?
Yeah, the difficulty will go down by 1. So it'll now be difficulty 2. So gonna roll this again. All right, that was difficulty 4. It did do it. So it appears to be turning in the direction of the Dakion pulse. The
Which is coming from us, right?
Yeah, the canal. It appears to be going in the direction of the canal.
Lieutenant Silo, anything on the sensors?
Here, just real quick, GM.
Yes.
What was the work track? 15.
15. You need 5
And-
more work.
Resistance was 2
Yep.
or 3. We had 5 earlier.
5?
Yeah, look at the 6 challenge die above your 001 roll.
Yeah.
We had 5, so we were at 13 out of 15, correct?
Wait, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yes, we got 9. Now look at the next challenge die rolls, like just above it, like 3 rolls up.
Yeah. 2.
We had 5 there.
Yes.
5 more there. So we're at 13 out of 15.
No, because there's resistance 2 on all this.
But the roll where he rolled and he got the effect, a 1, a 2, another effect, is a 5, correct?
But the resistance takes that down.
Yeah, so it's a 5 minus 2, which is 3. So we're at...
And then the next one is
Oh,
7.
we're at 7. My bad.
3 plus 7 is 10.
Sorry, I thought you had factored in the 9 for the second one. That's my bad, sorry.
Okay. There you go. So, now it's back to you guys. Make that roll. This time it's only difficulty 2. You get a momentum.
There you go.
And now roll your challenge dice. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. You managed to get to the, corridor. At this time, I am going to spend 4 threat. And the thing is closing fast.
Captain, we need to go.
Okay, this time.
Yep.
This time it'll be a daring. Control con, difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's structure con, to get into the canal again.
Structure con for the ship.
Yep.
You said control con, correct?
You could spend a momentum here.
Yeah, we did get one.
What was that?
If you spend a momentum here, you will get a reroll.
I assume y'all want me to spend the moment?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. So that puts me up to 3 dice.
3 die and you have a reroll.
Oh,
Yay.
don't even need it. You get You get that momentum back. So you're in, and at this time, the beast shows up, and it is making a beeline for the. It's making a beeline for the. Device, the canal.
I suggest we power up and go to warp.
I agree, Commander.
Do
Sorry,
it.
Captain.
Okay. Everything comes alive again. And Elias McConnell, I need you to make me one more roll. I need you to make me a Daring Con difficulty 2. Difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's engines con. I am going to spend I'm going to spend 2 threat to increase the complication range.
You are welcome to use the point that we have, the momentum.
And
All right.
determination, I would recommend if you haven't.
He doesn't. He spent it.
We already used
But
it.
can the commander transfer his determination onto him?
Nope, that's a captain thing. You have a similar thing that lets you do it if you spend 3 momentum.
Oh, that's a shame.
Ship assist on this one?
Yes, engines con. Although, I think in your case, Commander, I don't think you have to give up yours. I think you can spend 3 momentum to give someone just give someone a free determination once a mission, whereas I think the captain has to give up his.
Right, yeah, but we don't have 3 momentum, sadly, so...
Yeah, so
What are the mechanics of focuses again?
it's you either have an applicable focus or you don't. I would say in this case you do.
So I have 3 dice and click yes on focus used, correct?
Yep. Hell yeah. What did difficulty 2? So you get 2 momentum.
That's the ship roll.
Nice! So, the ship jumps to warp. I assume you're going max?
Yeah, we're getting the fuck out of here.
Which way?
Warp 9, please, back to the station.
Mm-hmm. Warp 9 back to the station.
And trying getting contact with
Could
the
I
station.
make a suggestion? We don't just go straight to make a beeline for the station, because that's going to lure the creature, and $10 says it can probably warp as well.
Of course, but how does the tunnel that we're going through actually...
Wait, no, you have no indication that this thing can warp.
Well, just based on previous encounters with other space beings, they sometimes can.
Your call.
Captain, it's your call.
I would recommend just the straight line. Like, if we can't really warp through the nebula.
I think there's enough energy in the nebula that it would wish to remain here. I'm not worried about following us. So we'll head straight line.
Should we tell the station to power down just in case?
We don't have comms active with the station. They're all garbled up.
Once
Yeah.
we go through the gate, it shuts down, though, right?
Yes.
It should. We'll make sure of it.
Okay, so you gotta make a choice. Which direction are you going?
I said towards the station, straight line. I'd said that twice now, I think.
Alright, so the ship jumps to warp, and hang on, I got one more thing.
I'm detecting another breakdown in Daphneon pulses.
Explain.
I mean, out of character, doesn't that mean that the gate is about to close? Isn't that what happened with the...
Oh, shit.
I'll clarify. It means that this thing is rupturing the it means this thing is rupturing the canal again, and it's going to start collapsing behind you.
Well, aren't we already at maximum warp?
So the question is gonna be, I'm gonna make this another daring con roll, difficulty 4, See if you can outrun it or sustain damage.
Spend our momentum.
Yeah.
All of it.
let's
All
drop
of it, please. Yeah, all of it.
So 2 extra die. Engines con.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
That first one is the one that. Oh, what?
Are you fucking serious right now?
Womp womp. Womp womp.
Why, god damn it.
Oh, let me. Womp womp. So let me see.
Alright.
So that's gonna be.
That was something.
I am going to roll. I just gotta decide how many it's gonna be. I think that's a good amount. How much power do you guys have?
6.
2. Yikes. So, you guys almost get back, and maybe about 30 seconds out from getting back to the station, the degradation catches up with you, and the ship falls back into nebula space.
Captain, I think we've run out of options. We have to make a stand.
Well,
This thing clearly is not going to let us go.
well, no, you guys pretty much got away from the thing. It's just,
No, the tunnel collapsed on us. The thing's
Oh,
way
so
back.
we're stranded in the nebula. Okay.
it's you guys have a little bit further to go. Essentially, you're just gonna have to make another roll.
And we took damage, did we?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this is damage of you guys slamming into the nebula gases. So it takes off 3 of it. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage. Which means you suffer 2 breaches.
Oh, Jesus.
And I forget which those are 2.
Well, if one is on the bridge, we can all say goodbye because we're dead.
It'll be to systems. It'll be to specific systems. Where is it?
Can it be Commander Jacoby's quarters?
I just got the Nobulan sausage in there.
System hit table, that's 1 hit to the computers and 1 to the sensors.
So much work.
All in all, that's actually not too bad. That's not what you need to get out of here.
Exactly. Captain, we need to go.
Yeah, I think that's the best.
Mm-hmm. So this next check will be a daring con difficulty. I was gonna make it 4, but your impulse engines bring it down to 3, and I forgot to account for that in the last check too. But it didn't matter because you guys rolled abysmally. So yeah.
And I think by my count we still have 1 more momentum.
Yes, you do.
Yep,
Yeah, I could spend it.
drop the 1. Let's do it.
We're not in any immediate danger, so would spending a momentum be necessary?
Well, you have to make the roll still.
Let's spend the momentum. I'd rather spend it and not need it than not spend it and need it.
Very well. It's your choice.
Connell?
So you're gonna roll 3 dice, and the ship is gonna roll engines con again.
Don't forget, McConnell, you're rolling with focus on. So.
Yep.
Focused on 3 for task roll. Let's get it.
Control or daring?
Control this time.
Solid.
Let's go.
There you go.
Back.
And you get that momentum back. So, it unfortunately takes you about another hour to do it, but you slowly manage to slug your way out of the remaining nebula gas. And you find yourself, more or less, back where you started. The mere moments after you arrive back, you get a hail from the station.
On screen?
Oh, thank God you're back. What happened?
Nothing crazy.
About 25 minutes ago, it collapsed again. Have you figured out what causes the collapses? And what happened to the crew of the Chagres?
We have 4 crew members on board from the Chagres, and seems to be some sort of creature that feeds on the energy inside the nebula, and seems to be causing the collapses.
I see. Oh, well, if this kind of technology is to continue, we'll have to come up with some sort of a workaround.
Possibly making some form of distraction for the creature to allow it to move away from your tunnels.
Yes, that seems like a decent enough idea. I suppose that'll be the next step that I have my engineers working on. I think all other
one of those invisible fences that they use for dogs.
Suppose so, that could work. And he lets out a bit of a laugh. But I suppose other than this complete setback, it looks like the technology behind the canal project is, all things considered, functional.
It works, there's just some obstacles in the way.
Yes, but, well, that's what Starfleet engineers do. It's always the next obstacle with them. Now, it would be our pleasure to open up one of the locks again and send you back to the other side of the nebula, preferably one of the ones that doesn't attract this kind of creature. But, I'm afraid that's not in the cards for you and the commander.
Oh?
Yes, while you were away, I received orders from Narendra Station. The USS Hadfield is to immediately proceed back to Narendra Station. There appears to be some sort of situation of which the Admiral needs the Captain in Commander's assistance.
Captain?
Of course, yes.
I don't believe you had the prerogative to refuse, even. All things considered, it appears this is a priority 1 call.
Don't really think there was an option anyway. It wasn't so much a question as a order.
Confirmation.
Well, if it's all the same to you, we would like to take our officers back before you depart, but I would like to say from the bottom of my heart that everyone here at Outpost Panama conveys our utmost appreciation for all you've done for us.
Of course. Much thanks goes to my crew here for getting us out of there safely.
Of course. Well, all things considered, I hope you have safe travels, and good luck on whatever this is.
Oh, and Commander,
Yes?
keep up the good work.
Thank you, Commander. And the screen goes blank. And you drop off the injured crew people, and they'll be handled by the They will be handled by the station's own medical facilities, limited they may be. It wasn't that serious damage, but the last shot of the episode is the Hadfield turning back the way it came, heading for Narendra Station once again. It looks like their scheduled journey to the edges of the Shackleton Expanse are gonna have to wait a little longer.
We'll make it there eventually, guys. I swear.
And that, my friends, was Kraken.
God damn. Face, tentacle, rape things.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's just a Kraken trying